A lot of people got down on left tackle Kieran Amegadjie during the season, and for a lot of good reasons too. I'm not one that's so easily discouraged. I'll just go look at the film, and so I'll show you why I'm not as discouraged as most people. Let's get it cracking. Yo, 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 no maniacs, super no maniacs, and all in between. Welcome to another edition of Feed the Bears. Well, I do my job to give you guys the content that you're looking for. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like the content and you approve of it. Make sure you share it with your friends. Make sure you hit that like button as well. Hit that notification bell so that you know when these videos are going to come out. And so this one is really spur of the moment, very, very spur of the moment. I got up today to a bunch of interviews at the owners meeting with Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson, and the one interview I think with Dave Canales, it might have been. I'm not sure. It might have been another one, but Ryan Poles was asked a bunch of different questions about different guys on the roster, and one that came up that really intrigued me. And I'm one of those that during this off season before free agency, I spent a lot of time breaking down the guys that are on the roster, the guys that just looking at the film before free agency, so you can have a sense of what we really, really need in free agency and moving forward in the draft. And so to me, being a good podcaster, I think part of that is looking at and evaluating the roster and the talent that you have there. So you know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to, okay, we're going to need this out of free agency. We're going to need that out of free agency. We'll need this in the draft or that in the draft. I think you should look, and this is just my opinion and the way I go about doing business, is going to look at the roster and having a pretty good comprehensive idea of what we have moving forward. And so we know what we're talking about. And so getting to that point, and I heard Ryan Poles mention, let me get this out of the way first and foremost. Kiran Amegadjie definitely had his welcome to the NFL moment in that Minnesota game. They definitely blessed him in that game and welcomed him into the league in a big way. It was bad. It was just bad. There's no other way to look at it. And again, I'm not one to be easily discouraged. And so when I see stuff like that, and I go back and look at film and I just go back to evaluate and see what I can see about this kid, I'm not discouraged whatsoever. This kid still has a boatload of potential. And I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes a few quick, really, really quick plays to kind of show you what they're working with. He was thrust into the game against Washington. This is after Braxton Jones gets hurt, somewhere in the second quarter. And he came in on the fly. You can see the communication was in the very first play, which I won't show you. The very first play he gets in there, he's lined up next to number 14, the tight end. I can't think of his name right now at the top of my head. And immediately they had to communicate with him for a double team that was coming his way with he and the tight end. And so immediately they knew they had to adjust by the fact that this guy is just thrust into the game and he probably wasn't ready. But what you're going to see on film are the raw traits and the raw ability that he has. And now, given the fact that he's going to be in here getting coached by a very veteran offensive line coach, you're going to be able to see some of the raw traits about him that really got Ryan Poles and that staff beforehand excited about him. Man, he still has those things about him. I'm not one that subscribes to him having a bad game or so and automatically he gets kicked in the guard. I don't believe that. I believe that he's a young, unvarnished talent that you have to spend time with development. That's the good thing about what I know these guys are going to be able to do with him. They're going to be able to spend some time and develop him. He'll get his chance to compete with Braxton Jones. But without further ado, let me get into these plays real quick because I don't want to be here long. I just had to get that off me, man. So let me take this image down. So I'm going to share my screen with a little all 22 for you guys. Give me just a second. Pull this off. All right. Let me get ready to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys a few plays. Give me a second. And I did get a tip from somebody that watches the show and mentioned to me that I needed to try to expand the screen. So I'll do just that. Let me try to open it up here and let me come back into StreamYard and try to make it bigger here. Hopefully this works better for you all. Let me get out of here now. That's about as big as I can get it right here without, I have to bounce back and forth inside the studio and over to the film, but this is about the best I can do right now. So let me get into it. Give me a second. All right, this is his very first play right here. This is Kiran Amegadjie right here. And you can see right now, this is not the very first play. This is like the second or third rep here. And you can see number 99 is a very long football player, very long, freakish looking long arms. I'm not sure who that guy is, but you can see, I'll just play this out. Let me see. I'll slow it down a little bit so you guys, it doesn't go so fast. Let me see. Put it at about this speed here. And so we can actually take a look at what it looks like. All right. Here we are in slow motion. Watch Kieran, watch his kick out. See how well you like that. Let's see here. There he goes. Kicking out decent. Still a little bit high, but that's not bad. Boom. He gets jolted right there. But recovers. Covers a pretty decent play. Let's run that again. Kicks out pretty decent. Decent foot speed. Nice. Get off the line. See here. A little bit late with his hands. Number 99 beat him with the hands a little bit. Let's see that. Oh, they got there about simultaneously, but this guy, number 99, his arms is just as long as Kiran Amegadjie's arm. He's got some pretty long arms. And you can see he's up a little high and took a little jolt here, but it's okay. He handled it pretty well. Let's see it. Got him off balance a little bit, but he recovered. Not so bad. Not so bad. We'll let that play out and we'll get to another angle. Get to another angle here in just a second. It's not too bad for being just thrust into the game. It gets a little bit better as you go. Looking at it from a different angle. Same thing. This is live speed. So he gets off the line pretty well. Angle's probably right. Nice alignment. Nice alignment. This is one assignment, and you just have to beat this guy to the punch. And he just barely, they got there simultaneously. Boom. Long arms helps him there. Long arms, you can definitely see, is a good trait. Foot quickness and burst off the line is a very good trait. Let me get to the next play real quick. This is a little bit further along. Give me a second to go find it. It's a little bit further along. This play here is about 3:31 in the second quarter, I believe. Let me look. Okay, give me a second. 3:31 in the second quarter. Where is it? Where is it? You son of a. Hold on, let me go up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm learning how to do all 22 stuff. All right, here we go. I think we're where we need to be. What? Give me a break, man. There is a play for that. Give me a break. I got to get out of this. Give me a second. Try that again. Now here's the play. All right, here we go. I think this one is a run play. I think this is a run play. So I'm trying to show you guys little things about what he can bring to the table. You know, you guys a decent pass set. That wasn't a whole lot to look at. But this is him executing in the run game, I do believe. You can see really quickly how he gets to his first assignment and bounces off of that and tries to get to the second assignment and get to first and second level blocking. Let's see what happens in real time. This is Amegadjie right here. Just watch him come off the ball. Boom. Gets to the initial block and watch him get to the second level. Boom. Really quick. Long arms helps him here. And here comes the ball right behind him. Nice play. Let's look at that again. That's what you're looking for. That's the kind of stuff you're looking for when it comes to offensive linemen, especially offensive tackles. It's not enough to just look at his pass sets and pass pro. He's got to do it all, man. He's got to get off the ball, have foot quickness, speed, and the long arms and agility that goes along with it needs to be evident. And this is just one of those plays. It's not very clean. just to be honest with you, when you look at it again from this angle, and then the third time from another angle, you'll see it's not very clean, but that's okay. That's okay. That's why you have coaches to get that cleaned up. It's a little sloppy, but he gets the job done, and you can see the results. See it one more time. This is Amegadjie. Watch him get off to his first block and get to the second level pretty damn fast. Boom. First level. Second level. And here comes DeAndre Swift coming this way. That's DJ Moore. My fault. So, really good execution. It just wasn't clean. But that's okay. Now we'll look at this from another angle. Look at it from this angle here. Here's Kiran Amegadjie. Look at him get to his initial first block and get to the second level and create the lane for DJ Moore to come running this way. Let's take a look. Initial block. Second level. Gets the guy out of the way, and here comes DJ Moore. That's all you can ask for. That's pretty much all you can ask for. All right, let's get to another play. This is the last one. This is still in the second quarter, 2:06. And this is a 2nd and 2, as a matter of fact. So let me get to it. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Let me see. What is that? 2:06 is this play right here. So on this one, let me describe to you what you're going to see. You're going to see a speed to power rush against Kiran Amegadjie here by number 99. What happens on this play is Kieran is going to get the counter move. And so he's going to get the initial speed to power. And I don't know if it's a spin out or a spin in or a spin out. I can't remember when I loaded up this, but let's take a look at it. See how he recovers after the first initial blow. Okay. So it's definitely an inside move. He takes an inside leverage on him. He's trying to shoot that B gap on him and try to get to the quarterback. And Kiran Amegadjie kind of stands him up. And then he does a spin back this way to try to get around him. And let's see what happens. Held his own pretty good. Let's look at that one more time. Watch the initial jump to the inside to try to beat him there and watch him stand him up here. Bam, got him. Stood him up. Tried to spin off of him. This looks a whole lot better on the next, the next film angle. Let's check that out real quick. This is a pro offensive lineman, man. You have to be able to sustain the initial rush, and if that pass rusher has another move, you need to have the feet, the foot quickness, the agility, the recoverability, I want to say, to be able to handle whatever this guy brings to you. Even though the ball's going another way, it's a good example as to why, certain traits about offensive linemen excites people, man. He is as big a guy as he is, man. He's got really good feet, and those long arms are exceptional. But his foot quickness, I think, is a kind of a standout. So let's check it out one more time. Boom. Got out just perfect. This is perfect technique right here. He's sitting down, long arms are ready to fire. He's patient with him. He's not lunging forward. He's just waiting for the situation to come to him. This is what you want. This is exactly what you want. Boom. Let me look at that one more time. I made a mistake there. Look at it one more time. Nice. Perfectly set up. Good feet to recover. Got right where he was supposed to be. He knew he wasn't going to make it to Caleb from here. And so he tried to do the counter move, tried to spin back out this way, which works, but the play is long gone from him. So we'll just let that play out. Not so bad. Not so bad. So hopefully, let me get this down off the screen. I'm coming back into the studio real quick. And hopefully, that's not a lot of film, but the idea for me was to get you guys to see this guy in a different light. hang on for a second. Let me put his image back on the screen. I know this is sloppy podcast to work out. Y'all ain't got to tell me. I know it's sloppy. I'm learning how to do these videos, and I'll get better as we go. Trust me when I tell you. I'll always get better because I put the work in. But Kiran Amegadjie, last thing before I close this video out is really just me trying to encourage the fan base and people, about what we have. And to be honest with you, my thoughts about the tackle class, especially at left tackle classes, I think is a pretty deep one, in my opinion, the way I saw it. And I do think they're going to get a left tackle. I just think the class is too rich not to get a left tackle with the capital that you have. And I think they're setting up to create the ultimate kind of competition at the job. I don't think they're just going to hand it to Braxton Jones. As a matter of fact, listen to Ben Johnson today down in Florida. I'm pretty sure that Braxton Jones will not be readily available at the very beginning of training camp. I don't know how much of training camp he's going to have anyway. So it's going to open up the lane for somebody else to come in there, that vacuum to come in there and fit the job. And I think Kiran Amegadjie is definitely going to be in that conversation. I think whoever they draft is definitely going to be in that conversation. I'm hearing conversation from Ryan Poles and he feels like those first 4 picks that we get they're definitely eyeballing those guys to be starters. And so I believe 110% that one of those left tackles is going to be on this team, and he's going to have to compete with both of these guys that we have on the roster. So that's what I think is going to happen. I don't think they're going to, unless Will Campbell miraculously ends up at 10, which I don't think there's a chance in hell that happens. I think we're going to get a left tackle somewhere between the 2nd and 3rd pick. That's what I think is going to happen. Depends on how that board sets up. That's what I think is going to happen. But the bottom line is, the point of this video is to point out things about this football player. And, we tend to be creatures of the moment, most of us. And when the guys have a bad moment, that was a bad game altogether in Minnesota for him. It's just awful for him. And, being creatures of the moment, we think that's what that player is, just because of that moment that he had. And I'm one that begs to differ about that, because I know it's rough playing football, especially on the highest level that he's playing on, and not really having the experience that he needs. It's going to look bad sometimes. But I'm just trying to encourage. This video is all about encouraging you all to not be such a creature of the moment and live in that moment, that bad moment that he had. And I'm just trying to point out different things about him that made Ryan Poles and that coaching staff excited about him. And it excites me. The more and more film you look at it, that game has got a lot of good plays in it. If you got time to, and you have the film, just go look at that Washington game, man. You see a lot of good stuff in there. I didn't even scratch the surface with the film. So I'll just point that out for you guys, and thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys have a good day. My girlfriend is off, so I'm going to try to get content out as much as I can, but it's going to be a slow day for the next couple of days, man. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you appreciate what we do here and you appreciate the content we put together, just hit the subscribe button. That's just one way of saying thank you. It's free and it don't hurt you none. But with that being said, I got to leave you guys with these famous words. If you can think it and you can see it, there's no reason in the world why you cannot absolutely manifest it. Do not, and I repeat, do not be a prisoner of your own mind. But with that being said, I am